See how this one is big. I can't even hug it alone. The stem, so big, so big. Yeah, so so good. Going doing the roofing, and the guy that did this one is. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ken Digest and I'm coming live from Africa, in East Africa, Kenya, and I just want to invite you all for the new subscribers. I'm so grateful for you guys passing by to this channel. Please subscribe. We are on a road to 5,000 subscribers. For my returning viewers, I'm so grateful for you guys always supporting. And today I'm starting my video at the farm. It's almost midday and the sky is so clear with a few bright clouds. I think it's gonna rain today because it has been raining. We've been having showers of rain for the past I think a week. Yeah, and the farm I'm at is the farm just next to home. We've been plowing it for the past 2 weeks, and we even planted some maize, beans, and groundnuts. Yes, so I just came down here to check. I rarely come at the farm, especially when we are up there, because at the upper part we have a road separating. I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. The upper part is the residential part, while the lower part is the where we put most of our farms and also some field for cattle. And I'm seeing our efforts are being paid, because this is maize, this is beans, and I think groundnuts hasn't really come out, because maize takes like a week to come out like this. Groundnuts takes like 3 to 4 days and it's up out of the soil. No, not groundnut, beans take 3 to 4 days to come out of the soils. Then groundnuts, I don't really know. I think groundnut can take more than a week, because they were planted at the same time, the same day, and I'm only seeing beans and maize. Yeah, and I was up there while I was coming. I saw some poo. I don't know where it was, around this place, and I think it's a fox. Yeah, because at the other hand there's some bushes. We haven't really cut them. We are planning to make some paddocks, and for now we are taking our cattle elsewhere, only for a few days. When we are grazing them, we just bring them down here. And I think this bush is home to some few wild animals here, because if you look at this this, like, it looks like a fox, or there's an animal like the size of a cat. It has a really long tail, and usually it eats chickens. Yeah, whenever it sees chicken, that's what he eats mostly. And the bad thing, we have some sugarcane around, and it even provides them with some good hiding places or even shelter to make some homes. Yeah, but the good thing, they are not able to reach up there where we stay, because it's a little bit far, and people are usually at home, and even dogs, they can't really come around. I think what they feed on maybe are birds, bird eggs, yeah, something like that. If it's not a fox, then I don't know, because there are two. This one is a little bit darker than this, meaning there are two different animals. This one is dark, the other one is almost, yeah. But yeah, I think the other day when we were plowing, we saw the one with it looks like a cat, the size of a cat, with a very long tail. It's dark in color, somehow dark, but I don't know the name in English. In our local language, we usually call them how do we usually call them? I've just forgot, but I know them in our local language. They usually eat a lot of chickens, birds. I think in this area they're mostly eating birds. Yeah, so let me just go up there. I'm seeing our maize are coming out. They're coming out nicely. We still have some few farms that we haven't plowed. In this time, I think we are the first few people to have planted, because our last harvest we planted late, and we realized that the harvest wasn't as good compared to the other season. So this season we tried to plow much early, and it's even raining. I think we are the first few people to have planted already in the village. Yeah, but after this you have to take care of it. You have to plow, you have to top dress. Yeah, so just at the end of the season you can really have a good harvest. For the maize it takes like 3 months. For the beans it takes like a month. For the groundnuts I think also 3 months to mature. Then you can take it out. Yeah, so I'm near the road. It's almost just there. And of late I've noticed there are some people just coming at the village to reconstruct the roads. I think they want to put some tarmac. They want to tarmac it because at the moment it's a Maram road. So they've been really expanding the road. Let me just come. They came and measured it and put some pegs. If you see, this one is a peg. It has some writing, which is 2 plus 8 60. So it's 2 kilometers 860 meters. That's the length of the road. It goes for 2 kilometers, and fortunately it's gonna pass in front of our home, because that's my uncle's compound. This let me just say this is our homestead. I think from around the corner, the other hand, it goes all the way to the junction. So this is the upper part I was talking about, where the residential part of the homestead, while this is the downer part where we put the farms. And they've been really, I think they want to construct a tarmac road, because also on this side we are having some markings. This is also 2 kilometers 608 meters. Yeah, so I think if you look, they came and just widened the road a little bit. They are cutting down some of the trees, and unfortunately we are gonna be forced to cut these trees in front. The other 3, we must cut them so that they can have some space, because the road must reach almost here. The road is quite wide, so the road has to reach up to this peg. Yes, so from this part heading up, it's on road reserve. Yeah, so that's how they say it. And they even started cutting a few trees. So all of these trees are gonna be cut. All of these, they started and cut a few, like these ones you're seeing lying around, were cut from this part. So they brought just a few people to cut. For the bigger trees, they don't really interfere with them. So these are the few trees that they have cut. The bigger trees, if you don't cut it down by the time they arrive, the bulldozer kinda just sweep it away and destroyed it. So you'd rather cut it early and maybe benefit from it than just leave it here to be stepped on and pushed beside the road, because you know it's a big tree. Some of these trees I even found them here. I was born and just found them. I never saw them being planted, I mean. Yeah, so I think the best thing is just to cut them like this think this one also we are gonna cut, and it's a very big tree. We were planning, because you know our house, we haven't really done the roofing, so we were planning maybe in future, not now. That was our plan, that we can use them for the roofing, because the roofing doesn't really want timber that has been dried, I mean, because if we cut them now, by the time we are putting the roof, they have at least dried. But for the shorter timber, because we are gonna put because if you're putting the roofing, there are some shorter timbers that are short. They can be dry. They don't really require the wood to be wet as such. Yeah. So if in any case we cut them down, we are gonna cut them into. They're gonna be used for the smaller pieces on top of the roof, not the longer pieces. But we are just being forced to do it that way, but we never planned. We can't really leave them up there to be just pushed out of the road. Yeah. So I'm almost at the compound, and there was a power saw guy we are waiting for. There's a power saw guy we are waiting for we want to make a crush, an animal crush. An animal crush is a place where you wash cows, the pests like ticks. And I've been noticing, because we had a crush before, but it looks like nobody, if you don't renovate anything you built, it falls down. So it fell down. We are trying to put it up. We noticed, like, when you are washing cows, because the last time I washed the cows, we were at the shelter, and if you wash it, the chemical like fall to the ground, and it goes like that. But if you have a crush, once you wash the cows, the liquids kind of collect in one place and you can reuse it again. So we were waiting for one of the power saw guy. These are some of the logs that we cut while we were making the bricks. I documented it. Maybe you can go and check it out. We cut a few trees next to the house just to make bricks. So these were the logs that were remaining. We want to make some cedar poles. One cedar post cost like between 300 to 400 depending on what you want, the size. And normally they are not strong. Most of them are so weak. For those that are bought cedar posts, know that not all of them are really strong. And the crush that we want to make, you know, some cows, when you're washing them, they don't want to feel water on their bodies, so they kick around. So I can remember some time back when the crush was still there, when we were washing the cows, they were kind of kicking the shelter, the cedar post. There's a way we construct them using cedar post. I'm gonna show you in a few, because the guy is supposed to come today, cut them into cedar posts so that we can start the construction. So once we start the construction, I'm gonna show you how it's being made. This pole is so strong, that's why we want to draw cedar posts from them. They are like 4. This is the first one, the second one is here, this is the third, this one is the fourth, and the fifth. Yeah, so we are gonna have some I think some few cedar posts to use, and because they are strong, we wanted to use the poles so that even if the animals kick them, they don't break it. And you know, once we construct it, we can reuse that. Let me just show you where it is. Once we have constructed the crush, once we wash the cows, the liquid falls to the ground. That has been that's a concrete. It goes somewhere and we reuse it. So it's around here, and in the morning I think my dad had already dug the holes. So this, on this side we have 3 holes on this side, and this was the old structure was known as a crush, but this was the place where the liquid was collecting. So the animals used to, this is a concrete. If you look, if you see, it's a, you see some ballast and concrete. Yes, so animals used to stand. Then this place is kind of sloping going to the other side, so the liquid collects around here. It looks like a pot. Yes, so we are gonna reconstruct it. It has degraded, it's old, so any liquid that cannot collect itself here for more than a day, it will sink into that soil. So we'll have to remove it, all of it, the way it's round, reconstruct a newer one, build the shed. It's not a shed, it's a crush with the cedar post. This is one of the old cedar posts. So once the guy comes, the cedar post will be standing like this. Yes, for 3 this side and also 3 this side. The animal stands in the middle. You wash it. It's the crush is kind of sloping, so the liquids will be collected down at there, reused again to the next wash. Because if you don't do it, I think you'll be wasting the liquid, and that's what has been happening for some time. We've been just washing and the liquid falling into the ground, and it goes like that. So once the guy comes, we're just gonna start the construction right away. And in one of my videos, I think my previous video, there was one person who was asking how we correctly placed bricks and stones accurately with one another. And while I just want to explain, let me just show it so that you know what I'm trying to talk about. So if you look keenly, this part, from this part going all the way to this part, this is the gable, the front part of the house, moving all the way also to this other end. We've used stones, while this other end going all the way, if you move, you see bricks. These are just bricks. Yes, let me just move around. So this is just bricks. Then also at the back, this one up here is bricks. Yeah, so and also at the back, from here up to here is now stones. Up to the gable at the back is also stones. Up to also this side, up to this side, yes, stones. Then the other, this side start with bricks. So we have done it accurately, because when we were starting the construction, we measured from the slab up to where we wanted to put the last course up there. So we measured before, and we used the same size of stones. The stones are 6 by 6. If you use the same size of stones, it gives you one common gauge to build with. But if you mix, maybe you're using 6 by 6, then you are putting a different stone again, you're using maybe another size, it will confuse you. So it's better to use the same gauge size, so that the same size gives you the same gauge of stone, so you build going up. So we measured from the slab up to the lintel was 9 feet. The lintel is up there, and the lintel, we used a very bigger lintel compared to the normal lintels people build, so that we can have a very strong house. And second, it can raise the house up again, because we wanted a very high not roofing, but high ceiling, houses with high ceiling. So with the bigger lintel, it added some inches going up, and we used 9 feet till the lintel, and with the few courses of bricks that we've added up there, it summed up to 12 feet. And with the 12 feet, we measured and realized that if we use 2 courses of stones, in 2 courses of stones we can use 3 courses of bricks. So we realized that if we use 2 courses of stones, 3 courses of bricks really fits so well. So that's why you see the house accurately matched. The 2 courses of stones accurately matched with the 3 courses of bricks without any much needed effort, because the calculation was done from the slab. So we didn't build blindly, because if we could have built blindly, it could have confused us and it could have not been accurate the way you're seeing it now. Yes, so sometimes it's also better. For me, I've not worked with so many masons per se, but apart from the house, there have been some few improvement that we've done in some places, and also from even my uncle. There was a time he came around and we talked. He shared his experience in construction, because at sometimes you can bring someone to construct for you a house, then the guy inaccurately does it. So it's always hard to find very good masons, especially from the village, because also in the village is where the cost is friendly, not compared. If you bring people from the cities, I think your budget will be very different. There will be so much different compared to the people in the villages. So I think if you meet someone from the village and they really know how to do their work in terms of constructing a house, I think it's luck. So even for me, the guys that we've been building them, we haven't really changed them. Our main mason is still the same guy. Our masons building the walls are the same guy. Maybe the people that are huntsman are the people that are helping the person building. If the person building wants stones of this size, this shape, this color, there's a guy to bring it to them. So those are the guys called handman, and I think they are the ones we've been changing, but not that much, maybe 1 or 2 guys here. But overall we haven't really changed, because they're from the first day we saw that they are so neat. If you see, we haven't really done key lining on the house, but the house looks so neat. There's no a single painting, but the house still looks good. And I think we won't change them. The only different crew of people that we will bring in are the people doing the roofing, because the guys doing building the walls, most of them can't really build roofing, because that's their specialization. I think if you find someone who can build the walls and also build roofing of a house, I think also that's luck, because normally people specify their areas of specialization when they start working. Because if you bring them in, they'll tell you, us, we can't really do the roof, but we'll build for you a good wall. Then it will force you to just bring a different crew. As I've said, we'll bring different crew for the roofing. Yeah, but our main mason is gonna be around, because the roofing must correlate with the height of the building. So the guy putting the roofing and the guy that built the house, the walls, should come to a conclusion, all of them. It's not that because whenever you build, you have to do some arrangements first, because we want the height of the roofing to correlate with the height of the house. We can't really put a higher roofing, because there are some roofing that are so high, there are some that are low, and there are some that are moderate. So I think after they've met, they'll come to a conclusion. All of them should be in the same place, and even for us we should be around and just also to see how now the work is going on. So for the bricks and stone explanation, I think it's so simple. When you want to do it like this, you have to start planning from the slabbing. Before anything, you just start from the slabbing, because we placed the 3 courses of bricks, because when they're gonna construct the roof, if you see the ventilation over there, that's the ventilation. It will cut across, the roofing will cut across the ventilation into a half, meaning only 1.5 course of bricks will be there, will be not covered. So we are planning to paint it, so it's just a smaller area, and we thought what's the best way to save cost on anything. We took that advantage, and we placed the bricks, because you know the bricks we made just in the compound. And even these are some of the trees that we cut so that we can make the bricks. Yes, so this was the tree. This is the tree that we want to make a cedar post of, the logs that are there. And this over here are our Christmas trees. This was the first one I planted. We placed it like this because of the cattle. This was the second one we planted over here. This was the second. They're all doing well. This is the second. And 2 more. My dad planted 2 more Christmas trees. I think they're around somewhere here. I think that's one of them. They are so green, it's so hard to, but I think Christmas tree is easy to notice because of the shape. So, and this one is also one. Yeah, so we planted a few Christmas trees and cut 1 tree. This is the brick block that we made. Yeah, so I think they're even here. They're still dry, and we cut cost using the bricks, just some few courses up. Yeah, I think because there's no different, at most there's an advantage, because I know the lintel is bigger enough to hold the whole house. The lintel is so big because we used the 12 and the 8 with the binding wires, and the metals are really strong. They can hold even stones. But if you use the bricks are a little bit light, so it makes the house even lighter. And after all, we even did partitioning with the bricks, and it can allow us to expand on any room by removing a wall, maybe in case we want to. Yeah, so there's so many advantages. But if you want to build your whole house with stones, even the partitioning, you're allowed. The only bad thing is if you partition a house using stones. I know there are some stones for partitioning, they're really slim, and we went for them, I think, some days back, but they were expensive. We wanted to cut cost, and they do the same jobs with the bricks. Yeah, so we decided to go with the bricks. But if you decide to use the normal stones like these ones for partitioning, and if maybe you're building and also an upper floor, you have to build bigger rooms, because the stones are huge, so they take space. So if you are deciding to build with them in the partitioning, you have to choose bigger rooms that will make it a bigger house. Yeah, so for us it has been so good. The construction is going on smoothly. I know for now we are planning to do the roofing. We have the timber, it's only the iron sheets that we have to bring. And for the iron sheet, we are going to the factory, because if you buy them a piece at a time, maybe even 10 pieces, there's a chance that if you go back again, you'll find a different color. Most people have faced the same problem, and not one, not two, not three people that have asked. And for us, I just wanted to take some precaution so that we can, if we are going for the iron sheet, we buy them once for the whole house, because as per now we know the number of iron sheet that we want. We brought in like 4 people for the roofing. One guy said like 109 pieces, another guy said like 96 pieces, another guy said like 105 pieces. So it's around that number, so at least we now know the number of pieces needed. So once we go collect all of them once and bring them, because we don't want the roofing to come out as different colors. Yeah, so that's the catch. But I think for the roofing tiles, I think it's kind of different. You can buy piece by piece, slowly by slowly as you want. Yeah, so I think we'll wait for the guy who's supposed to come and make the cedar poles so that we can start constructing the crash for the cattles. Yeah, so these are some of our chicks. These were the ones that were in the house. We had just removed them outside because up to now they are a little bit grown. So they were initially here. There was a time where this one was still hatching. So she has already hatched like 9 chicks. Bab, unataka ni king. So there are some of the chicks that haven't. So the mother is so furious because she has children. She wouldn't see the way she's so sharp trying to protect. Yeah, so we'll try keeping them so that at least by December, so shiny over there, by December we have chickens around to eat. Now we have a few, but I know if you try keeping them, with no time they'll start rising in population. So it's almost 6, and over here it's cool and just calm. And the guy that was supposed to come and make some cedar posts for us, I think won't be able to come today, because in the morning he was working at a certain place for another guy. So he said that when he'll finish, actually he told us yesterday that if he finishes early he'll come, but he has not been able to come. Yeah, so I think he will come some other day. Yes, so because we just wanted to make the, how do we call it, so that we can spray our cattle in peace. How do we call it? The crash. Yes, the crash for holding cows while you're washing them. The guy was supposed to come, he could have started. I wanted the guys for mixing, because we have to remove this part over here. Yeah, so some people should come over and just do it, because we want it to be a little bit deeper than this, so that we can put a bucket. So whenever the liquids come to this part, it finds the bucket instead of concrete like this one. Yeah, but that's how sometimes it happens. Sometimes maybe you went there and came late, and you know it's almost 6. So, and we wanted like 10 to 15 cedar posts. I know we were supposed to use 6, but the ones that were remaining could have been used maybe in other things. Yes, so the quest for him coming will continue. He's supposed to come just so that we can finish the work as soon as possible. So whenever we wash our cows, we don't waste I'll call it medicine, because it washes their skin, remove ticks, such like pests. Yeah, I planted a few trees, just 2 actually. There were 2 trees, and I haven't really been coming here to look at them, though I know it has really been raining. So this one is, it's a hardwood, so it grows slowly, very slowly. Yeah, so it's been raining. I'm trying just to remove these grasses that are overgrowing into it. I didn't leave no spaces because we have some sheep in the compound and some calves, and they might destroy it. So it's over here, it's growing. It can take like even 10 years to mature, this tree. It grows so slowly, but it has a very nice shade. It doesn't the leaves doesn't really fall, and beneath the tree it's always very cool. So that's why I planted it around here. It's growing, it's growing. So that's how it looks down there. Let me go show you. There's a bigger one in the compound, and so big it has stayed there for quite a while. I never saw it being planted, so it has really stayed here. Yeah, so it doesn't have leaves. It's so green, always green. During the dry season it's green, the rainy season it's still green. That's why I planted it, and it can be used. Its wood is so nice, good. I mean, it can be used for furniture, this tree, and it's so expensive. See how this one is big. I can't even hug it alone. The stem, so big, so big. Yeah, so I want that one maybe one day to become this big. See how it's really big. The roots are so big, and see how it's really big. Yeah. The leaves are smaller, but they don't usually fall more often as some of the trees in the compound. And this one, if you cut this one down, can produce a lot of timber. Because maybe 3 of us can hug it. Maybe the 3 of us are the ones that can hug it. So big. Yeah, so I think we'll wait and see if that one will match this one. Maybe one day. Yeah. So I think we'll have to wait for our crash to be made. I think even if we can do it by ourselves together with my dad. Yeah. Because sometimes if you wait too much for people, you end up failing what you wanted to do. So I think when we'll be doing it, I think I'll document the whole craft, not craft, but crash. Yes, the whole crash. So I think that will be my video for today. It's almost 6. The sun has gone down. Yes, so I thought it was going to rain in the morning because there were some few dark clouds. They're still, no, they're not dark. So the sky is blue. Yeah. And I'll just request you guys from wherever you're watching from to just take care of yourself so that we can meet in my next video. Bye bye.